Hello again, I'm Andy Olson with Echozoe Ministries. Thanks for joining me for another installment of Lessons in Logic. For this installment, we will be talking about the logical fallacy of guilt by association. Now, guilt by association is a pretty simple fallacy. It's the way it works is that it creates a fallacious link between one person, group, or idea and another in order to discredit it. And that's really a key to this one, is that it's pretty much always used to discredit the first, one or the other. It's an effective political tactic. We see it all the time. A pretty major example would be in mid-20th century America with McCarthyism, linking people to communism. If people subscribe to certain views or engage in certain activities, they must have been communists. And then more recently, in the previous U.S. presidential administration, we saw that anytime you disagreed with President Obama, you're often associated with racism. So having a legitimate political disagreement would be associated with an irrational hatred based on race. So that would be a guilt by association fallacy. It's kind of not exactly clear cut, and it takes a little thinking to really figure out where that fallacy is on the case of Obama. But calling somebody a racist for disagreeing with them would be guilt by association. And then we also see this in theology. We can take a look at eschatology just as one example. I personally am a premillennial in my eschatology. I disagree with amillennialism. I do so on reasons that I think are biblical. But I don't disagree with amillennialism simply because Roman Catholics hold to amillennialism. That would be a guilt by association fallacy. So just because Roman Catholics hold to something doesn't make it wrong. As another example, Roman Catholics are Trinitarian. I'm Trinitarian. So associating the two would be fallacious, as you can see. So also in the scriptures, we look back to the Pharisees and how they dismissed Jesus as a sinner because he ate with sinners and he associated himself with sinners. So Jesus being around sinners doesn't make him a sinner. Of course, Jesus being God, by very nature, can't be a sinner, but that fallacious link was made by the Pharisees. So that is the guilt by association fallacy. Thanks again for joining me. And if you want to see the original full series on Lessons in Logic, you can find that at the link on the screen there. So thanks, and we'll be back again soon for another episode or installment of Lessons in Logic.